What's the deal, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Baby Mama Chronicles. This is the official YouTube page for that. My name is Fallon Favors, for those of you who don't know. I am now officially over the 500 subscriber mark. And I just want to tell you guys, thank you. Thank you so much for watching, for sharing, for commenting. It means something to me to be able to engage with you guys and kind of share my experience that I've had with you all. So thank you. And I also want to correct one thing that I said on my last video, which was basically that I don't care about the numbers. We, as a people, y'all, us together, you know, women of color, whatever, we have to stop speaking what we do not want. And sometimes we do that out of modesty. Sometimes we do it out of just feeling like we don't really deserve what it is that we're speaking out, that we really are subconsciously hoping that we can make tangible and hoping that, you know, it will exist one day. I do want subscribers. I do want people to follow my messages and to kind of resonate with my message and the things that I'm trying to share with you guys. So that is something that I want, and I do care about subscribers, and I do want more and more and more of you to start engaging with me, and you know, so we can start talking about this stuff. Okay, boom. So topic today, y'all, I got my green book. What y'all need to do is start bringing y'all books too, so that way y'all can start jotting and taking some notes or whatever. I want to make sure that y'all are really applying the information that I'm giving y'all. You know what I'm saying? Next time, or this time, I want y'all to tell me about y'all really applying some of this stuff and seeing if it really worked, and seeing if it's helped you or aided you in what you've, you know, experienced within the last couple of weeks, if it's helping you move forward and gain some traction in whatever area of your life you're looking to improve, okay? This is really for the women that are dating men with kids, right? That's the ultimate question. That really is the question. How do you date a man with kids? How do you interface with a man with kids? How do you be in a relationship with a man that has children? It is, I'll tell you that before I got into the relationship that I'm in now, which when I met him, he did not have a child, FYI. I don't date, I would say that I wouldn't date no man with no kids, you know, for a lot of the reasons that I'm about to go over right here, because it takes a lot of giving of yourself to be a support system for somebody that has a child outside of your relationship. Not outside of your relationship like they had a baby on you, although sometimes that is the case. It's like you meet a man and he has children or a child already, right? It comes with a lot, you know what I'm saying? That's baggage. You can consider that baggage, and men have all kind of baggage. That's just one variation of it. And you really have to kind of be mentally prepared to deal with somebody that has a kid, because you're not only now affecting the life of the man, but their child is now involved. And to me, you should be taking that very, very seriously. So I got some tips for y'all, you know, and again, this could be for a man that you're already in a relationship with that has a kid, a man that you just met, that, you know, you find out maybe after a date or so that he has a child. Maybe he leads with the fact that he has a child, you know, or something like that. Or maybe you crushing on a guy or something like that, and then you looking at his Instagram and then you see his, you know, little baby boy or something like that, and like, oh God, who was this baby attached to? Sorry. You know, the first thing I think that you should consider when thinking about dating a man with kids is understanding that the child comes first. So, it can be very difficult as a woman, right? Because we want to be our man's everything. I think men have certain needs, you know, and I could go, that's a whole nother topic of going through with what I feel like their needs are. But as women, we want to feel adored. We want to feel doted on and protected and cuddled, and we want the attention. More than anything, we need the guy, the object of our affection, that guy's attention. We really, really want his attention. And when there is a child in the picture, you have to kind of already know ahead of time, like, I am not going to be this man's top priority. That's like the first secret out the bag. You're not going to be this man's top priority. This man's top priority is going to be his child, then probably, you know, his bankroll and, you know, whatever businesses. And then you might be able to slide in between if you play your cards right, right? But you can't compete with the child. You have to kind of know your place from jump. So, for example, let's put it in the context. So let's say you and the guy, right, have plans to go out on a date, right? An amazing date that he said that he has planned for you or whatever, girl. So you already know, like, it's date time. So you thinking about, okay, well, how I'm gonna wear my hair, what outfit I'm gonna wear, you know, am I doing something extra? Do I need to go grab something? Are my nails done? All of the things, right? You want to make sure you look fly because he's saying he has somewhere special to take you. So you're all geared up Friday night to go out on this date. Last minute, he ends up finding out that he has to watch his child. I don't want to say babysit. And some men, especially good dads and good fathers, resent that term. So do not say that to him. Oh, you got to babysit your child. That's an insult. Don't do that. He ends up telling you, like, you know, I got to watch my son. You know, I found out at the last minute that, you know, it was an emergency and I had to keep him. So, babe, I gotta cancel, or, you know, I gotta cancel. We gotta postpone. Now, a lot of you women, if you be honest with yourself and keep it 100, a lot of you would be like, cancel, like, oh, like he flaking on me, like, I don't have time for this. No, that's why I don't date men with kids. And now you start creating this thing around the fact that he has this child and that he canceled on you. You know, you cannot expect him to put you before his child. Like, those are one of those situations and cases where you have to understand, like, damn, like, I do really want to go out. I was really looking forward to it, but, you know, his child comes first, and you have to be cool with that, you know. And if not, dating someone with kids may not be something that you want to do, because if you do the opposite, let's say you play it like that. Let's say the dude is real solid. He's a really good father, and he's really into you. He's getting to know you, or you guys have been dating for a while. That's not gonna, you know, sit well with him, knowing that at the first time he has to put his child with whom he birthed, who he has a moral obligation to, he put that child first, and then you started tripping out and acting funny. For the long term, if he's thinking about somebody that he wants to share his life with, that's not gonna be the mother of that child, those are not signs that exhibit that you are ready to really handle that life. That you really about that stepmama life. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. You cannot put yourself before someone's child. The child is the priority, always will be, even if y'all been married however long. The child is always going to be top priority. So just as long as you know that, you'll be in good shape. So the other thing that I have down on dating a man with kids, being in a relationship with a man with kids, etc., etc., do not put pressure on him to meet the child. Because let's keep it 100, ladies, all right? We about to talk the real. We not doing that fake shit over here. So we can take that to some of them other channels. We're going to keep it all the way G. So the reason why a lot of us want to meet the child is so we know we have some type of special relationship, not only with him, but that he's not trying to hide anything. Because there are situations where men have kids and they don't allow you, because you could be solid, you could be very sweet, you guys could have been dating, he seems like he really likes you, he's really interested in you, and is maybe talking about things that would make you feel like he's looking to take you seriously and do all of that, but then the child and you are completely separate. And sometimes that can be a red flag, because if he's trying to keep you guys separated indefinitely, and he doesn't really talk about the child or talk about any type of future plans to introduce you when the time is right, or, you know, hopefully one day, you know, we can all get together, you get to meet him or whatever, you know, dudes could be very, very funny about that, real weird about that. So it could be a red flag, but regardless, like, you can't make him do that. You can't rush that step. You can't, you know, put that pressure on him, because that's his situation. That's his child that belongs to somebody else. So you don't have any say-so over that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes dating a man with kids can make you feel powerless, because it just is not about you. And again, that's why a lot of women don't want to date men with kids, because it no longer becomes just about you. All of the energy and focus is not just on you. And a lot of women can't handle that, and I don't blame them, because I understand. Trust me, I'm a woman, I understand. You know, if you have a child and you starting to date a dude, he don't have kids, he start pressing you to, like, be around your child or meet your child, and you haven't really come to that space and place yet where you're comfortable, it's gonna make you feel very weird. You're not gonna appreciate that. It's gonna be like, you're gonna be more suspicious, like, why are you so pressed? Like, why are you, you know what I'm saying? We're doing fine. We're organically letting our relationship build. So why are you in such a rush? I will let you meet my child when I'm good and damn ready. And that's how that man is going to feel too with his child. So it's just better to wait until he makes that step to make that introduction. You don't put that pressure on him. Now, the only caveat to this would be, let's say you've been dating a man for, let me give a time frame that I feel is realistic. If you've been dating a man consistently, I'm talking about a couple of times through the week, you guys talk on the phone all the time, damn near every day. You guys have met each other's friends. Potentially may have met other parts of his family or each other's family or whatever. Different stuff like that. Y'all been dating solid 3 months and he has not brought up you meeting his child. That to me is a red flag. Because what are you hiding? Why would I not be able to meet your child if we've been spending this much time together? Okay, this ain't no wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? You done been at my house, I done been in your house, you done met my people, some of my people, I done met some of your people. You know, we spending mad time, we talking on the phone all the time, we're connecting, we building. So it's like, you have a child, we can't get over that. We might as well get that out the way. So if we talking about 3 months in and you still haven't met the child, then to me that would kind of be a red flag. And then I think it would not hurt to bring up a conversation that, not a serious one, because you know we got to ease into it. We can't just come straight out with all of the shit, because then they get scared and they don't want to talk. So just a casual conversation like, hey, you know, we've been really close and you're getting really close, and you know, I know how much you love your son, I know how much you love your daughter. You know, I would really love to get to meet them. You know, when do you think that might be able to happen? I don't want to rush you. I want it to be in a time where you feel comfortable. But is that something that you've been thinking about? Because I have, you know, try to bring it up that way, because then it doesn't seem as abrasive. But anyway, if it's not that type of scenario, don't even bring it up. Just wait until the time is right. Another tip that I had, y'all, in my little green book, is, let's say, okay, so he says, great, you know what, you're right. You haven't met my child, and I have been thinking about that, and I do want you to meet them. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say you don't even bring it up and they bring it up first or whatever. You meet the child, right? Wherever y'all go to the park, y'all go to Yogurtland, he invites you over to his house, and you know the child is over there playing, whatever. Do not be the type of girl who wants to be super stepmom straight out the gate, okay? Don't be thirsty. It's going to read, okay? And he's gonna, if he's any type of dude, like the type of dudes that I would probably try to be with, I want my dudes to be sharp. So he's gonna pick up on the fact that you reaching and you trying so hard. Don't come to meet the child with a gift for the first time. You don't know them. You don't have to buy their affection. You don't even know what they like unless he told you. But it's like, know that on your own before you start buying gifts. You don't want to be super touchy-feely and super close to this child. You don't know this child. And if you anything like me too, I love babies and I love kids. And I love to embrace them and talk to them and be, you know, which again is not a bad thing. Again, you just don't want to extend beyond the boundaries, you know, the invisible boundaries that you should know exist with dealing with a child for the first time that you don't know. And again, this is someone else's child also. So it's also a respect thing. And again, kids are very sweet and genuine. So if you're genuine and you have a positive spirit, they're going to pick up on that and gravitate to you naturally. You don't have to sell yourself or try to force a relationship, especially so early. You know, just introduce yourself and, you know, ask them questions and talk to them as much as they want to talk to you. If they want to be left alone, leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to get to know anybody. So it's going to take you time to get to know that child too. It's not your child. So you have to learn them from scratch. Just don't rush that process. Let that relationship form and build organically. And before you know it, you know, that child will begin to gravitate to you naturally if it's meant to be. You know what I'm saying? But don't be thirsty. Don't be trying to buy the child and show that off for him. Don't be thirsty, sis. Please, if anything else, don't do that. So another thing that I have on here too is just to keep your own life going, right? Sometimes we can get caught up with our men with whatever they have going on. Let's say they don't have kids. Let's say it's their job or their passion project or whatever. We will consume ourselves with whatever it is that they're doing. Just because we're naturally that way. We're caretakers and we want to make sure that our dudes are okay and that they, you know, feel supported. But you just have to make sure that you're not getting, especially in the case of, you know, dating a man with children. You don't want to get caught into what that whole world is. That's not your child. You have not made that commitment to God and yourself by having a baby. This is, you know, unless you already have a baby, you know, but let's say you don't have any kids. All his problems and baggage or whatever with having a child and all that are not your problems, especially if you're not married, okay? Or seriously dating. Those problems are not your problems. Those stresses are not your stresses, okay? It's kind of like a two-part thing with this thing that I'm saying here, because it's like, keep your own life going. Make sure whatever job you have, whatever activities that you're doing, yoga, spinning class, you know, art classes, you go to brunch every Sunday with your friends, you know, you have aspirations to go back to school, or you're in school, whatever it is that you're doing, do not stop doing any of those things, because it can be very easy to get caught up in the whole what's happening with him and his baby mama, baby, you know, just that whole situation. And it will tire you out, and it'll drain you, and that's not your commitment, that's his commitment, you know. And so again, it's a two-part kind of thing. The other part is just to kind of be supportive. So although you're not taking on his issues with being a parent, because being a parent is difficult, as you all ladies know, as my baby mamas know, being a parent is hard. So, you know, but those battles are not yours. You know, he has that child has a mother, hopefully, God willing, unless something obviously tragically has happened to the mother, but, you know, has a mother and a father, and that's their problem. I don't want to say problem. See, every now and then the non-baby mama will come out, and it's just kind of like, that's not my problem, that's not my issue. I'm saying, so keep that in mind and just be supportive. The main thing that you can do for your partner is just be supportive. And while he's going through different things, the challenges of being a parent or co-parenting or whatever, just support him. Be an ear to hear. Offer some advice if he asks you for it. And that's it, and drop it and move on to something else. Be his peace outside of, you know, whatever else may be going on, you know, that may be causing him to feel a little bit of pressure by being a parent. You know what I'm saying? So we've come to a close. I got like one more thing just to share with y'all, you know, about this, you know, how to date a man with kids. It is very interesting, a very interesting topic. And you know, the older that we get, you know, for my little 20s babies and all that or whatever, like, you know, it may not be as prevalent, but like when you're in your 30s and 40s and of course above and beyond, it's kind of an expectation that, you know, that it's a very high chance that the person that you're dating may have kids. And it's just something that you're gonna have to, you know, think about as far as like entering into situations with men that have kids. But the last thing that I'll share is I think you should inquire about the baby mama. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yes, you should inquire about the baby mama, okay? I'm on y'all team. I know y'all was like, is y'all gonna mention something about the other baby mama? Yes. Y'all should inquire about her. Y'all should have some type of conversation. Again, everything is all within context and perspective. So if you meet a guy, y'all on y'all first date, and he brings up the fact, let's just say he brings up the fact out the gate that he has a child, that's not really the time to be like, oh, so where his mama at? And woo, 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 woo. Nah, I mean, you can, if you can kind of slip it in there and be his player and as smooth, but, you know, I would just not even go there. I would just listen. I would just say, oh, okay, you have a child, that's good. Oh, how old is she? Oh, okay, great. That's beautiful. That's dope. Whatever, right? But let's say y'all really dating for real. Again, let's put it in the scenario that I had brought up earlier, where it's been 3 months. Y'all been talking all the time. Y'all dating. Y'all going out. Y'all spending time. He met your people. You done met some of his people. Whatever, right? And so let's say you haven't met the child yet, right? It's totally okay for you to ask, so what's up with so-and-so's mom? What's up with Cameron's mother? I'm just using a random name. What's up with Cameron's mom? Like, you never really talk about Cameron's mom. You know, what's up with y'all? How did it end? Like, why aren't y'all together? Why didn't it work out for you guys? You know, how was the relationship between you guys? Do you guys have a good co-parenting relationship? Are you guys able to communicate? You know, is she dating anyone? Have you guys moved on? Are you guys still friends? Ask those questions. It is totally okay to ask those questions. And you watch his ass when he answers those questions. Oh, y'all, my little bun. Hold on. Don't you just hate with natural hair sometimes? You be grateful to have hair on your head, but you also like it just doesn't sometimes behave the same way as the weave or hair, because you can kind of make that do whatever you want it to do. Ugh. You should be asking those questions because you need to look to see how he's going to answer them. What is he going to say as far as answering those type of questions? See if he gets uncomfortable, fidgety, stuttering, you know, and just make sure you're listening to what he says, because that's going to be a key indicator of what that relationship is. And more than almost anything, that is going to have a very big impact of what type of relationship you're going to have with that man as it pertains to that child. Okay? Because if you're dating him, you dating a child, and you dating a baby mama. For those that don't know, that's how that works. You dating everybody. You know what I'm saying? The same way if you get married, you're not only marrying the man, you're marrying the whole damn family. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really, really be aware of that. And don't be afraid to ask those questions. Sometimes we're afraid to ask those questions too because we don't want to scare the man off. It's nothing wrong with asking questions within a time frame that makes sense. Okay? But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed all the information that I gave to y'all. My little green book, me and my little green book. I will be back next time with another webisode. Again, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you want to check out one of my old videos, it'll probably be in this corner here. So I'll make sure to add that as well. And then drop your comments, y'all. Let me know how it is dealing with men that have kids. What stories do y'all have to share? What have y'all dealt with? Have y'all dealt with dudes that try to hide their kids? Have you dealt with dudes that are really, really great fathers, but you know, you find it hard to be able to kind of like fit into their life, you know what I'm saying, as like a potential stepmama? Like, share with me, y'all know I love to hear those stories. But I'll catch y'all next time. I love y'all and thank you for watching.